Hello, good afternoon everybody. It's turned out to be a really beautiful sunny day and I'm going to do this because it's playing on my mind, and anybody, and I mean anybody that follows me knows that I will speak my truth, because that's all I have is my truth. And the interesting thing is, so yesterday I posted something on Facebook about I'm sick to death of hearing about Black Lives Matters, All Life Matters, and this argument going on between individuals all over my newsfeed about which one is right and which one is wrong. And it really did piss me off. And I posted about it. And I was just overwhelmed with the responses. Sorry, I'm inviting people. To my post. Now, not so much, I was overwhelmed in two ways. One, some ugly stuff came out. But two, I've learned a lot. And I want to talk about it, because it's quite an interesting concept. I mean, I was personally attacked yesterday, verbally, on the Facebook, because of what I put, and that's fine, you know, and I was called a racist because of what I'd said. And, you know, I've been speaking to people and I've been listening to what's been said, and I have read these comments, all of these comments, every single one of these comments, and I've replied to practically every single one of these comments. And the thing is, right, is that racism is rife, and it is rife, but it's not just black people, it's all races. And this is why I understand when people that say all life matters, they're just saying that racism runs through every single race and creed. It's not, you know, it's not just one area. And this was the frustration, I think, that was playing out with people, in so much as they're saying, but what, you know, you're now calling me a racist because I'm saying all life matters. And I see it, and I don't see why they'd be called racist, but I can see where this tension was coming from. And I'm sitting in the middle of all of this, watching what's playing out, and obviously communicating with people and listening. And I've decided that, you know, I think that we need to just get away from this, whether it's a Black Lives Matter or a All Life Matter argument, because I think what it's doing is it's detracting from the truth of what's just going on out there. It's detracting from that truth. And that is sad. If we all get caught up in this Black Lives Matters versus All Life Matters debate and argument, it detracts away from the fucking truth of what's happening. Yeah? And it really does. And I've been listening and I've been watching and I've been hearing people. Nigel Farage this morning was shut down on the TV because he was saying that all Black Lives Matters is a Marxist organisation. You know? But I think that we've got to a point where this thing that's happened with George has been a catalyst of so many things that have been building up. And people have reacted. And there's so many things that we don't know about and we haven't been told of. Just like in Bristol, they put a petition together to have that statue removed and they didn't remove it. And that people in the schools were told to throw petals at it, yet this guy was a slave driver. So, trader rather, sorry, you know? And it's really difficult, isn't it? When the system, we know the system is corrupt. We know the system's corrupt. We're not stupid, right? There's no trust in the system right now. And when the system is corrupt to the way it is, it's hard to follow a system process to actually get your point heard. So I understand why people are going to protest in the way that they're protesting. I see it. I understand. But let's not detract into this argument about who's right and who's wrong, whether it's all people, one person, whatever. Let's just stick with the fact that racism is real and it's there. And I got caught up a little bit in myself because of what was going on my Facebook page, and it pissed me off. That's why I posted what I posted, right? And the thing is, guys, knowing what I know and how I work with energy, it dawned on me today, and this is another reason why I wanted to speak up. It dawned on me today. I talk about epigenetics. I talk about energy, right? I talk and educate people about how we have 7 generations worth of emotions and frustrations and all of that stuff passed down to us through our DNA. And we don't even know half the time it's there. And these, you know, black people have been triggered and triggered and triggered and triggered because they are holding the cross and the burden of their ancestors that they haven't been able to shake and change. And I get that. I get that. And if you don't want to go and protest, you don't have to go and protest. But all I'm saying is let's not get caught up in this argument. Let's start talking. Because the biggest thing we can do, everybody as a collective now, is to have conversations. I was brought up with a lot of black people and these things were never really discussed. I didn't really see what they went through, to be quite honest, some of my friends, and I'm being honest about it. But it's not about that necessarily. It's about we're in a situation now where this is happening. And honest, open dialogue is what is required so that people can understand different people's perspectives. This isn't about who's right and who's wrong. This is about understanding people's perspectives and what they have carried with them, what they are dealing with. I listened to a lady this morning. She was talking about this whole thing of, you know, the Black Lives Matters, and she was a black lady and she was talking about it, and she said this thing is triggering the emotions in so many black people and it's bringing up lots of layers. And all the layers that have been suppressed over years where they've been racially abused right the way back to when they was children. And it's all coming up and it's all getting, the emotions are coming with it. And it all makes sense, doesn't it? Of course it makes sense. Epigenetics tells you that you carry 7 generations of all of that stuff through your DNA, through your bloodline. So it's and unless we can be honest but respectful, we have to be respectful because not every single person is going to think the same way. Everybody in life has had a struggle of sorts, but not everyone is going to think about it in the same way. And it's not anybody's job to push them down and shut them down because that's suppression. And that's just doing the same thing. So it's a different form of suppression. And if we start shutting people down and not allowing them to have an opinion and a view, respectfully and honestly and openly, what's going to happen is we're going to end up with this big divide where you're going to have people that are too scared to actually voice how they feel. And that can even be a black person, a Jewish person, a white person. It doesn't matter what colour you are. We need to all communicate. Because unless we do this communication honestly, openly, respectfully, we're in the 21st century. Without accusing and bullying and suppressing people, if we can do that, we can get a collective force together to fight racism. That's what we can do. And I want to thank every single person that took the time to put something on that post yesterday, because I had about 105 comments. It blew up. And I want to thank every single person and people that I know, you know, have challenged what I've said. And thank you for challenging what I've said. And thank you for everybody challenging each other who done it respectfully. because it shows that we are mature enough to do this. And if we continue to do it, open, honest, respectful dialogue with each other to get that understanding, to get the truth. We've all got our own truth. And we shouldn't be suppressed in expressing that. It's how you express it is the thing that we need to work with. Yeah? And if we can continue to do that, hopefully there will be change. Because otherwise, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks' time, the media are going to stick something else in your face to divert you from what's gone on. The energy will collapse around it, and we will just say, oh, remember that thing that happened in June around coronavirus. We don't want that to happen, do we? If people really want change, then just all you've got to do is to start having the open, honest dialogue. That's it. If you want to protest, go and protest, right? But just have open, honest dialogue with your friends, with your family, with your peers, with your work friends, with your HR departments, with whoever it is you need to be talking to. Go and talk to them. Yeah? Go and talk to them and just start releasing some of the disbelief, some of the, I don't know, just some of this cynical stuff that, oh, it's just another movement. Well, I don't think this is. I think this is something quite huge, to be honest. And that's just my personal opinion. So I'm not going to talk about whether Black Lives Matters or All Life Matters anymore. I'm not even going to get into that debate because it will detract from the real issue of what's going on. And you know, that guy, he you know, he's not the only one. Someone else posted on the Facebook link a whole ream of people that have been killed by the police under duress in the same way. So, you know, this was just the catalyst. So please, guys, don't feel afraid to speak your truth, but also do it respectfully with each other so that we can just come together with it. And that's all I really want to say on the matter, really. And once again, thank you to everybody that contributed to, you know, the dialogue in that post, because it was really, really enlightening, not just for me, but for other people that were getting involved. And, you know, it's not brave. We're not brave to speak up. It's not about being brave. It's about speaking your truth. Speaking your truth. And that's what's going on right now. People have had enough, and they want to be heard. So let's just respect that. Let's just respect that. And yeah, that's all I want to say on the matter anyway. But thank you for listening if you've listened, and if you're watching the replay, thank you very much. Honest, open, respectful dialogue. That's what's required right now, at the very least. Okay? Take care, guys. See ya.